Welcome to season 1, episode 22, or 22 for those non-French speakers
Or
out there.
22
Whatever.
for the
Or 22.
Spanish speakers.
Of what is this called again?
Next stop somewhere.
That's right. And we're Jeff and Louise. I'll let you figure out which one is which. And today we're going to be exploring one of the places we lived for a
3
minute,
years.
a hot minute.
Yeah, this is not about luxury travel. It's about real people, real places, and little discoveries that make each trip unforgettable.
All right, so this is our second video episode. Hopefully you liked the first one, and we'll continue to go from there. So we are going to be sticking with the same sort of format like we discussed before, which means we're going to start off with talking about the campground we stayed at, which was called Viewpoint RV Resort and Golf, which
And golf.
was our second consecutive 55 and over community. Yeah. Although this one was very different experience, very much larger.
650 sites. I think.
Yeah. Something like that. They had like multiple activity centers and multiple pools and
They had like 3
things like that.
pools
I believe so.
and 2 hot tubs at each pool.
We got there and it was a weekend, so no one was there in the office. Security guard checked us in, took us into the spot.
Couldn't understand him.
Oh, it's such a thick Scottish accent, didn't he?
He was such a cute little old Scottish man.
When we could understand him, who knows what he was really saying? He's probably cussing out the, stupid Americans.
He's cute.
Yeah, no, he was nice. And then when I went back to the office the next day to check in, they were polite, they were fine. And that's all we saw of them. Yeah,
That's
there
it.
was really no outreach from the staff, anything like
Nope.
that. They're adequate.
The staff. We saw more of the security guards than we did the staff.
Yeah. I'd say that, the park itself, the upkeep was good. It was in good shape. There are, again, well, it was larger. So there's a lot of mobile homes.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them mobile homes.
Yep.
And then the RVs were off in their own section, which sort of felt like the
Back
second
40.
class. Yeah, the back 40 stuck in there as an afterthought.
Mhm.
And definitely, like we talked about the last place we stayed, just how friendly and welcoming everyone is. Not here. I mean, I'd be walking and I'm not very socially interactive, but I force myself to smile and wave. I just got scowls, glowers in return. Ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
get
golf carts galore.
so many golf carts
Yeah.
driven so badly and in violation of their alleged speed limits and,
Flying down the road.
right?
15 miles an hour, lady.
Beer in one hand, a
Yeah.
joint in the other, and driving with their knees.
They
who
didn't
knows?
really have that. Beer in one hand, but I
Beer
don't
in
know
one
about the
hand,
joint.
okay. Yeah. Well, hey, cannabis recreation.
So we saw more of the security guards than we did the staff.
And they were
Especially
friendly.
the one security guard that was asleep when
Oh,
we
that was
pulled
great.
in at night and
Yeah.
he never woke up.
No. We should have drawn something on his forehead,
Yeah, that would be funny.
The campsite itself, though, we had no neighbors. There was a couple of trailers, like a couple of
Well, there was a guy
spots
behind
away.
us.
There was a
catty-corner
guy behind us, but yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing
For now.
really.
For now. Let's
One way or
start that
another.
with for now.
Yeah.
Because
Like the real season.
2 days
picks
before
up.
we left,
Mhm.
it got bad.
It did?
That fucking dog
Oh, yeah.
didn't stop barking
Yeah.
and he kept it outside all
Mm.
night. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Do I have
Yeah.
feelings about that?
That's
you
right.
betcha.
But it was not crowded.
It was not crowded. So
And
why do they
the-
park them right there?
Yeah. And the spots were good size.
The
Not
spots were interesting
huge.
because they had concrete patio for the car
Uh-huh.
and then no picnic tables, no fire pits,
No,
none of that.
no.
And you parked on the gravel.
Right.
The nice thing about the gravel was in between the front and the back, they had like a little hill so that getting to the bikes and stuff was easy in the back.
Yeah. They
That
were
was
back
it.
back in sight.
Back in.
And interestingly, this place had each site had its own trash
can
and
and
recycling.
recycling.
Yeah, that was
After I destroyed the one.
yeah, after you allegedly ran one over when you were backing in. I don't know.
But it was nice
Prove
because
it.
it was every week. Had garbage would come and pick it up every week to every site, and every other week I think was the recycling.
Yeah,
If you got it out,
yeah. Which it was nice, but then it being right, we were there for Christmas. There was one time in particular we had to stuff that box pretty full. Would have been nice to have a dumpster to take the things to.
Yeah.
But in terms of convenience, it was right in Mesa, gas stations nearby, grocery stores nearby, restaurants nearby. Everything was, it was 5 minutes off the freeway. So it was very, very convenient.
And you didn't really hear the highway noise. A lot of people complain about the highway noise, but I didn't really hear that. I mean, every now and then you'd hear sirens, but nothing like you would think.
Yeah, I would notice
fireworks.
I noticed it at night when I took the dog out. But then if you weren't really listening for it, it kind of just all blends into the background.
They had a lot of activities for the park. There was a lot of amenities.
Yep.
They had a dance room. They had a billions room. They had a wood shop, a craft room, a pottery room. They had all kinds of we never used any of it. We went to the pool once.
Yeah. Partly because we got deathly ill, which I think was probably COVID, something, maybe the flu. But we were laid out for a couple of days.
Over a week.
Yeah.
And that was
a while
thanks to the grandchildren.
Yes. Those little festering pools of germs.
And we went there specifically to see the kids and the grandkids.
Yeah, so a lot of amenities. We didn't really check too many of them out because, again, vibe was just not welcoming. Not like the other.
No,
one.
even when we went into the pool. Now, they did tell us how to open the door to get into the pool.
It was a little confusing.
But they didn't even bother having a conversation. It was people doing their own, which is fine. Not that we're going to engage in other people. I think if we really wanted to, we could engage with other people. I think at the end of the day, we don't really want to. Not too much. Right. But cordiality, is that a word?
Congeniality?
Cordial. Being cordial.
They're cordial.
And they weren't even that.
Yeah.
So.
And then, I would give the, solid 8 out of 10 stars. 8.5 maybe.
Well, it was easy to park.
Good secure. Aside from the snoozing security guard, there's 2 entrances. There's always a guard at each one. Not that the neighborhood felt unsafe or anything.
No. And you had to let them know if you had somebody visiting, they would check you in.
Yeah. And it was 1,000 Trails. Encore.
So we did have to pay. The Encore, you have to pay something.
Yeah. So
which we did.
Like $20 a night. So, as far as the bang for your buck, return on your investment, very high, very high.
Yeah.
I'd say really the drawback was just sort of the general,
Would you go again? Would you stay
Oh, yeah,
again?
for sure. Well, the problem is for our purposes, like you said, we went to visit the kids and the grandkids and they were an hour and a half away.
No, they were an hour away.
It was a solid hour, depending on the traffic. Yeah. Yeah. So,
which in Phoenix, there's always traffic.
Yeah. So because of that, I would look at something on the other side if there is anything. But part of why we stayed there is.
Well, there was one in Sun City,
which
is less than half an hour from Gentry and Ashley.
Yeah. Maybe we'll look at that one again.
But it was the reviews were not good. Our intention was to go see it, to be able to check it out. We never did. There was a lot of things that we wanted to do that we did not get. We did not have the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's talk about some of those things.
Okay.
We did have a lot of food, and we had the Federico's and Buckeye, which was predictably mediocre. I got something different than I usually did, and it was different.
Yeah. And then we went to, what was the other?
Agave.
Yeah, we went to, it was called Miel, Miel de Agave in Chandler.
Yeah.
It was
a fancy Mexican restaurant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on the cat because it's being bad. It was expensive, but it was good.
Yeah.
We also went to.
It's not an earthquake. That's the cat.
We went to Lorenzo's Pizza.
That's right. No, not once, but twice.
You got to understand.
Yeah.
I grew up outside Philly.
Yes, you did.
So we have great pizza because it's a lot like New York style pizza. And the pizzas like at Vince's or Mario's, it would be like you just fold it in half and grease would drip off, which some of my kids don't like, but I love it. And thin crust. It was really good. Couldn't find it. Once I moved out of that area, couldn't find pizza like it. But Lorenzo's, when we lived there, was one place that we found that was very, very close.
Yep. Yeah. In Scottsdale, just off the highway, a couple miles.
Scottsdale Road.
Yeah, on Scottsdale Road. It was right on the road to where we used to live in the northern boonies.
Yep. It is as close as you can get to New York style pizza without going to New York. I think.
It was good. Yeah.
So we went twice.
We did. Because we went the first time just to go there. And then the second time because we went to go visit, the neighborhood where we used to live. Yeah.
So we went to Lorenzo's.
Highly recommended. 2 thumbs up. Taco Cello. CHELO.
Taco Cello.
Yep. That's where we went with Sherry and Eliseo.
Yeah. Good tacos.
Good tacos.
All a la carte.
Everything a la carte, right? So you buy 2 of this, 1 of those. No plate, no combo, nothing like that.
Cute shop.
We got probably too much. The fish tacos were good.
Shrimp tacos were not.
Shrimp tacos, not. Yeah,
big miss.
Disappointing. Mm-hmm.
Fish tacos were good.
Fish tacos were excellent. I think you got al pastor, or I got al pastor. One of us did. Yeah, that was great. They were good.
Yep. Yeah. Sherry and Eliseo, they love their tacos. Eliseo is Mexican, and this was his choice. So, you can't kind of go wrong when you have a Mexican recommending a Mexican restaurant.
Yep.
I think those were the real only places that we went out to eat.
We went to that Chinese restaurant in Mesa. I picked up the food there.
Oh, right.
So we went to J&M Chinese restaurant, 4.3 stars, 347 reviews on Google. And they advertise themselves as a New York style Chinese restaurant. But it was
a lot of food.
It was a lot of food. It was, we got like 2 entrees and an appetizer, and it lasted us for two meals. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It was tasty, and it was good too. I felt it was good.
It was good.
So if you're ever in Mesa at the Viewpoint Golf and RV, definitely.
Yeah.
Only 5-minute drive away. So.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the food.
Yeah.
Because we were over at Gentry's a lot for
right.
dinner.
Yep. But now, yarn and fabric stores. Is that in? Yeah.
So we'll go with the yarn store first.
Okay.
Because
we only went to one.
Well, so because we've lived there, I had gone to all the yarn stores.
Yeah.
And whatever yarn stores that were still open.
Yeah.
There's nothing to write home about. Stores in Phoenix pretty much suck. We did go to Tempe.
Shots fired.
It's a Tempe, yarn and fiber?
Uh-huh. If you say so.
Tempe yarn and fiber. It's a decent yarn store. They moved a lot since I was there. But it's a decent yarn store. Again, I'm not thrilled. If I was in that area, I would go there again. But
I seem to remember you being a little more positive than you are now.
It's a good yarn store, but
yeah,
it's a yarn store. It's not my favorite yarn store, but it's a good yarn store. If you needed yarn and you were in the Phoenix area, definitely go to Tempe Yarn and Fiber.
Yeah.
A lot of variety. Is that the one that you were sick and she asked you if you wanted water? There was water in the back.
Yeah.
That you said something. I ended up with laryngitis, like Christmas morning, could not talk, was just awful.
I ended up sounding like the crypt keeper.
Yeah, it was a couple days later.
And I'm still coughing.
Yeah. So it's...
And it's now January 20th. 21st.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, that was a good store. Quilt stores, my favorite. 35th Ave, So and Vac.
Yeah.
Joni helped me. So we went there twice. The first time we went, we got a bunch of fabric.
Huge.
All the stuff that I needed to be able to, I needed cutting board, not a cutting board,
cutting mat.
Yeah, cutting mat.
Yeah.
A cutter.
Yeah.
A ruler.
Yeah. All the stuff that you had in storage that you thought, I'm not going to do this on the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Needed it. And where would I put it if I took it with?
Where did you put it now?
Well, now it's in the back, but if I had the other RV, where would I put it? No place.
Yeah. True.
There's no place. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Good store. I like it.
Felt like it used to be like a Kmart, something like that. It was in a fairly large strip mall. It's a fairly large store that feels like it was a drugstore or something like that. It had that
It is not a beautiful store.
Not. And there's several of them. This one's like the mothership.
Yeah. They have all kinds of sewing machines, long arm quilting machines,
all kinds of fabric,
well organized.
I thought that was interesting. They had sports fabric and movie fabric. And
we went back again on New Year's Day because there was a sale going on, and I ended up getting a Bernina. And Joni was the person who waited on me.
Yeah.
She was, I cannot say it enough, fantastic.
Yeah.
Very thorough with explaining a bunch of stuff, answered all my questions. So we did that one. Then we also did, it was called Mad Bees Quilt and Sew, and that was near Tempe because we went there. That was nice. That's the one that I had asked the questions about the quilt, the Bernina, and she wasn't listening to what I was saying.
Yeah.
They also had something unique that I didn't see before, and it was this pattern that you use with a specific ruler.
Yeah, the curved.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I didn't buy any fabric, but I bought that. She gave me some flyers on the Bernina. But that's pretty much it for the quilt stores and yarn stores.
Yeah. Other stores, I mean, we went to not one, but two Potatoes Barn. Potatoes Barn or Potato Barns? It's like Attorneys General. Okay.
So Potato Barn was there when we went there. There was only one store at that time.
Yeah. And you're going to explain that it's not a place where you go to buy your spuds, right?
No.
Okay.
It is, so you kind of think that's what it is, Potato Barn. But it is a furniture store.
Name, Potato Barn.
So we were looking for chairs to be able to replace the chairs that we had because they weren't very comfortable that came with the RV.
Designed to save weight.
So you had never gone into a Potato Barn, though, have you? So this is it's really massive, and all the furniture is big,
very big,
and like a regular couch is 1.5 times a regular couch, but it's all unique furnishings. You're not going to go and find stuff that you're going to get at Ashley Furniture or Family Furniture or whatever the hell it's called, or it's not Thomasville, it's not Bassett, it's not Broyhill, none of the name brands. It is a Potato Barn kind of store.
And I think they do some of their own furniture, like the chairs we ended up getting.
Yeah.
You could order them or buy them in different colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then they have decorations. They have a lot of decoration. We're trying to find a decoration for the RV, but everything is so big. We didn't have enough room to be able to hang anything. So we didn't. But we were looking for chairs. We did find comfortable chairs, and they happened to be the last 2 chairs of that color on sale. So we got 2 chairs for less than the price of one. So Potato Barn, one of my favorite stores. We also went to, we had to get the truck work done. You had the experience at the Ford dealership.
One good, one bad. Yeah. So we had, we wanted to get the routine service, but also the passenger window was like the safety mechanism kept activating. So if you rolled it up, it would go all the way up and then immediately retract, like a child's, thumb was caught in there. So we went to first Larry Miller.
Yeah.
And they were
oil change and tire rotation.
We got the oil change, tire rotation, and that was fine. And they were going, they said, well, we can take it in and we can look at it and have our specialists look at it. And we might have to keep it for a day, maybe 2, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't have any loaners. We can schedule a loaner for you in 3 months and blah, 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 blah. So fine, whatever. Didn't do that, but they left. And every other time.
When you got that windshield cracked?
Yes. On the way there. Yeah. Every time I've ever gone to a dealer and had service done where they do a routine inspection, they give you the results of the inspection.
Right.
Like they'll either have a diagram or they'll have a checklist with a green, yellow, red recommendations for future service. Cause it's that's how they make money. They referred to it, but they didn't have anything. And I didn't notice at the time. He just gave me a bunch of papers and I was like, peace out. And then when we got home, it's what the hell? Did they even do anything? Did they top off the fluids? Whatever.
Right.
I
don't know.
So I called another dealer and the guy said, yeah, if you bring in your first thing, okay, well, you can get in your first thing in the morning. We'll slip it in and we'll hook you up, bro. And so I did. Got it there first thing in the morning. That was Chapman Ford. Got it there first thing in the morning. Boom, boom, bada bing,
Just
bada bong.
reset it.
gone in like 2 hours.
And
if that.
Fix the ding in the, well, he didn't fix it. He stopped it from expanding. The big ding.
No, because we had to call the warranty people, and they had to call, they make the appointment with the people who could.
Right.
Yeah. So we ended up going to Safe Light or whatever. But
was he the one that noticed it, or was it
the first one noticed it? Yeah, they both noticed it. They both said something.
Yeah.
But Chapman Ford definitely was able to accommodate what I needed. I appreciated that. We went to the museums when we lived there. So the one I was marginally possibly interested in was they had that Pompeii exhibit at the Arizona Science Museum, but that's like a kid kind of museum. There's a lot of those which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. It's awesome, but it's like I didn't want to pay for all that for this one exhibit.
The other attractions that we did, this kind of goes hand in hand, is we were asked to watch the grandkids.
Yeah.
While they went to his company had a Christmas party. So we said, sure. So we brought our bikes down. So we're going to take the kids on a bike ride. We're going to wear their asses out.
Absolutely. Run them ragged.
We went on a 3-mile bike ride. These 2 kids, the little ones, they still had training wheels on their bike. 3 miles may not seem like a big amount, but for those 2, it was. And then Lennox rode his bike. He was a great help with Wesson, because Wesson, he stopped
started
at
dying.
one point.
Yeah.
Kimber was all like, I'm in the lead. It's like, yeah, you're in the lead. Keep going. And then there was a place for them to go. We did the 3-mile at the park. Can we talk about the Sundance?
Yeah. And Buckeye, Sundance Park and Buckeye.
It is a great park.
So
it
nice.
had all these light fixtures set up for Christmas. They had like a sleigh that you could hang out in that was all decorated. And it was really nice. It had a big area for you to be able to have like a playground.
Right.
But there was also a field for like football.
Multiple fields that you could rent. Baseball fields.
Basketball, hoops. They had a track around the field. They had a dog park. There was a lake that you could go fishing in. I was going to say, don't forget the lake that you could fish in. This thing was massive. And all we didn't go around and around in circles. We didn't drive around in the parking lot. We drove all around the park. And then we went into a residential area that was coming up. And then we went also down into around the track and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when he started fizzing out, was when he couldn't ride on the concrete.
Yeah, but it's a great park. It's nice to see those kinds of parks.
It was a really nice park. And then
we got a McDonald's.
Wait, so they got to play. So they played at the campground. That's where Lennox biffed it. He was sitting on the railing and fell back and hit his head. I had no clue.
Yeah.
And apparently my daughter-in-law was getting text messages.
Yeah.
Because we were there and people knew them. Because Gentry coaches football. Yeah. And then we went to go get something to eat. So that's when we went to Federico's.
Yeah.
And the kids didn't want to have Mexican food. So while you were in there, I told them that we would get McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so we went through the drive-thru at McDonald's. But we had to get back and eat because we also had another place to go.
Yeah.
So we had to go to, it was Illumination.
Illumination.
And it is a place, it was in Glendale. And you drive through.
At the casino.
Drive through this illuminated area.
Very elaborate.
Christmas lights.
Yep. You go in and it tells you, well, I forget how much it costs, like $30 or something.
50
per car.
Per car.
And you go and you tune your radio to 89.5. And so the music, the lights are synchronized to the music. They had the anthropomorphic Christmas tree singing along to the carols. There was one, I'm pretty sure I took a video of it. It was like a reggae themed Christmas song, which would be like, oh, I think I'm having a flashback, man.
Kimber and Lennox were wide awake. Weston had passed out on the way. He was tired. And then they finally got him awake. And what I did was I opened up we have a huge sunroof in our truck and a big
center console.
So they could all stand on it and like they all fit because they're tiny.
Because we were going like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah. And they could all stand up. We got some pictures of their face. I mean, their faces were just.
They were delighted.
They really were.
It was
a lot of fun.
That's the word. Yep. And then
that was about an hour or so.
And then they crashed out on the way home, but perked right back up when we got back. At least Wesson did.
Not so bad. Wesson
He was the one who was still awake when Ginger and Ashley
He
got
ended
home.
up, yeah. Well, you carried, they were, it was very quiet on the way back. And
Yeah.
Weston fell asleep on the way back too.
Yeah.
But it was extremely quiet.
Weston's like me. He can just power nap and then he can go for another couple hours.
And then Kimber, well, he kept waiting for them to get home.
Yeah.
And Kimber fell asleep on the couch. You carried her into her bed, but it was just like, this is perfect. And then Lennox, he went into his room. We didn't see from him again.
Yep.
But it was nice because they were pretty tired. It was a good experience for them to be able to hang out with Noni and Pop Pop.
Yep. So our advice to grandparents out there: buy electric bikes, because we had the electric bikes and those help a lot. Then when you're babysitting, take the kids out for a bike ride and wear them out. They'll crash later.
Yep.
It'll be perfect.
That's right.
You can thank us later.
And then the other thing that we did, it wasn't quite an attraction, but I got a full arm tattoo.
You sure did.
Place.
Yeah.
It was 2 sits back to back. One was 4 hours at under the needle, and then the other one was over 10 hours under the needle.
Yeah, it was 14 hours of tattooing.
The first day it took a couple hours there's a couple hours difference with getting it ready and prepping and all that other stuff, but it was 14 hours back to back under the needle.
Yeah, day 1 was the outlining and day 2 was the shading.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And how was it?
It was, and I didn't use lidocaine gel.
Yeah.
I think the elbow, there was at one point she was using the lining needle to make the tiny little marks because it's a peacock. And it was, I was at one point, it was like, I just wanted to tell her to stop.
Yeah.
It was painful. I didn't cry.
No.
The elbow was
close.
Painful.
Well, and it's, maybe we can post a picture, but it's a peacock, but it's the head here and the feathers, so it goes all the way down your arm.
Down to my wrist.
Yeah,
so
down to your wrist.
It goes down there, but it's the whole head down, wraps around.
And the name of the place we went to?
7 Tattoo, and her name is Brianna Belong Johnson.
Yeah, she does great work on Instagram. 7 Tattoo on Instagram. Check them out. Like and follow. If you need a tattoo in the Phoenix area. Because part of the other thing is, this was the nicest tattoo studio I've ever been. Not that I've been in a ton of tattoo studios, but it was so nice. They had all this like freaky displays, like, I don't
know, freaky.
Well, they were definitely leaning into like the Addams Family kind of vibe. They had that sort of.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was very, with the skulls and the bones and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Esmond is into Addams Family vibe with all her skulls and bones.
That's the nearest thing. Victorian Curiosity Cabinet then.
Okay.
But who knows what that means.
But the other part is that it was very elegant. It was an upscale tattoo place that it wasn't the kind that I was concerned that at my age, going in, getting a tattoo that I would feel uncomfortable being in that.
Look at this old broad trying to think she's all cool and stuff. Ha.
And I didn't feel that way at all. Brianna was great. And, I had to send her a picture of my arm at first. And it was just kind of like, okay, I'm just an old woman. And she was like, your arm is great. It's fine. So she was able to do it. And she was fantastic. She did some great work. And she was very kind and patient. Not that she needed to be patient, but she was very focused on what she did. It was incredible watching her. And it was her 2 days off.
Yeah.
She was taking days off so that she could spend them with her family or her boyfriend or whatever. And she agreed. She wanted to do it.
Yeah.
She said, it's not that I had to.
Yeah.
It's I wanted to do this tattoo.
Yeah.
So she thought it was a great idea, and she liked doing it. And I highly recommend going to Brianna Belong, is her middle name, Johnson is the last name, at 7 Tattoo in Phoenix off of 7th Ave. So that's really the big highlights. Between Christmas and New Year's and the tattoo, there was just not a lot of time to go and do stuff. We did drive past our old house that we used to live in North Scottsdale in the cowboy country. I still like that area.
Pretty.
Yeah. And we talk about it in the interview, so you'll have to stay tuned for that to hear that.
Yep.
But I think that pretty much wraps up what we did.
Highs, lows, surprises? What did you really like about the area?
Well, I like Phoenix. I would move back there in a heartbeat. So I like all of it. The surprise was actually buying a Bernina on New Year's Day.
Well, you got a screaming deal. I mean, it was like, what, 45% off altogether? That was a lot. It was a pretty substantial discount.
Yeah.
Okay, well then what were you disappointed with?
Probably the lack of places where we went out to eat.
Yeah.
Didn't really do a whole lot of that.
Didn't go to Sushi Hall.
Because it was fine. I liked I think I would just be disappointed with the
It's at the freaking
we
dog.
will talk about this. He moved in, I think, New Year's Eve. And you were gone. You were doing something. I don't know. You were off. I don't know where you were at. And this guy comes in. I'm working.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes in, and this dog is yip, 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 yip. Well, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
I look up. The dog is in the truck
Yeah.
while he's trying to back up, barking, nonstop, high-pitched barking.
Yeah. Belgian Malinois.
I thought it was German Shepherd.
Belgian Malinois.
Oh, Jesus God.
Which are very high energy, high engagement. And he just kept his out in the little pen.
Barked.
And had severe separation anxiety.
Oh, well, and the security guard that brought him there, they drive you to your site. She's standing there, and I said, hey, is that dog going to bark the whole fucking time?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And like, I don't mind dogs barking. Our dog does not bark.
No.
She barks.
Right.
She can bark, but she doesn't bark at every little thing. This dog, it is nonstop.
Every time someone walked by, every time there was a noise, every time.
Inside, outside, didn't matter. She barked.
Yeah.
And he would leave her outside all night long. And I called security a couple times, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was right across from us. So it's not like it was down. And we just left one where there was these 3 little stupid little dogs that were barking just as bad. Kids, okay, whatever. Kids, dogs barking.
Mm-hmm.
I have an issue. So that is my low. That guy.
That was definitely the worst thing. What about surprises?
I said the Bernina. Being able to buy the Bernina and the good deal on the chairs at Potato Barn.
Yeah.
I love Bernina. I love Potato Barn.
Yeah.
So that's a high too. Being able to see the grandkids and the kids.
Yeah.
That's a high. That's the highest high.
Yeah.
So.
Should have stayed for more than 3 weeks.
Yeah. I could have stayed there all winter.
Yeah. At least for another 3-week session.
Yeah. Closer to them, I think.
Uh-huh.
Because there was times that it took over an hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes to get to their house.
Yeah. Well, and if we stay longer than 3 weeks, I have to bounce from campground to campground. So maybe next time.
Do that.
One side, then the other side.
I think that wraps it up.
I think that does about wrap it up. All right.
That's it for today's Stop on Next Stop Somewhere. We hope you enjoyed exploring Phoenix area because it's a big area. If you like this episode, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. If you really like the episode, leave us a review. It helps more everyday travelers find us.
Yes. And you can also follow us on the gram at next_stop_somewhere. Hopefully soon. TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever.
Get to it. You're the social media.
YouTube with our pivot to video.
Like our microphone covers.
Yeah, right. They're color coded by gender. See, I got the blue one and she has the pink one.
You're genderizing.
Yeah, we're enforcing patriarchal gender norms, heteronormative gender norms. Anyway, she picked these out, not me.
No, the ones that you picked, there were only one that showed up, and we had to return.
It's not my fault.
And then when I went to order them again, I didn't change the address, so they went to Jem's house.
Again, not my fault. Anyway, we are Jeff and Louise, and we will see you at the next stop, wherever that may be.
Peace out.
Bye. Bye.